Good day everyone. Before we start our discussion, don't forget to click the subscribe button. Thank you. Okay, for this day, let us focus on the topic regarding the savings and consumption function. But before that, let us be familiar with the different symbols and letters to be considered in this lesson. For Y, it stands for income. For S, savings. For letter C, stands for consumption. APC stands for average propensity to consume. MPC, marginal propensity to consume. APS, average propensity to save. MPS, marginal propensity to save. And the triangle stands for change. Now, let us be familiar with the formula or formulas to be used. Number 1, savings. S is equals to Y minus C. APC is equals to C divided by Y. MPC is equals to change in consumption divided by change in income. MPS is equals to change in savings divided by change in income. And APS is equals to S divided by Y. To get the change in income and the change in consumption, we will just subtract the value that can be seen in Y and C. So let us go on to our computation. So there are blocks that are filled with color gray. So we will compute it one by one from question number 1 up to question number 13. So let us have number 1. So the missing data is S. So we will use the value of Y and C. So let us determine the value of Y under point A. So we have Y, which is 40, and minus 50, which is our C. And our savings is equals to negative 10. Question number 2. So consumption is missing, but for this one, the given for Y is 55 and our savings is negative 5. So we will find a digit or number that we can subtract to 55 and the answer is negative 5. Okay, so the value for this one, as I mentioned a while ago, so we will find a number that corresponds to 55 and the value or equals to negative 5 and that is 60. So therefore, the missing consumption is 60. Because once we will deduct this 55 minus 60, the answer for savings is negative 5. Let us have question number 3. So the missing is Y. So we will use the value for 70, which is C and S. Now we will look for a digit or value that if we deduct 70 to the missing number in Y, the answer should be 0. So therefore, if we deduct 70 to 70, the answer is 0. So therefore, our missing answer or value for Y is 70 because 70 minus 70 is equals to 0. Now, let us go to number 4. So, the missing number or value is S. So, once again, we will be using the formula Y minus C. The value for Y under point D is 85 minus 80. And our S is equals to 5. Now, let us move on to number 5. So, we have here this one. The missing is change in income. So, the triangle means change. So, use the value of Y in point B, the value of Y in point B, and that is 55. and deduct it to the value of y in point A, which is 40, this one. So we will deduct this point B and point A so that we can get the change in income for number 5. Therefore, our change in income is 15. Okay, so let us move to question number 6. Same tayo ng question. So for this one, you have the change in y. So use the value of y in point C and deduct the value of point C to point B, that is 55. So when we deduct that, 70 minus 55, our value or change in y or income is 15. Let us proceed to number 7. So the missing value is change in consumption. So we will be using the value of point D in C, okay? In consumption. Point D, that is 80. The available data is 80. Let us subtract it to the value of point C, which is 70. And the value for that, the change in consumption, therefore, is 10. Okay, so for this one, 80 minus 70 is equals to 10. Let us proceed to question number 8. So we will find and look for the value of APC. So APC, our formula is C divided by Y. So we have C divided by Y. So we have 60 divided by 55. And our answer is 1.09. For question number 9, we will use the same formula. APC is equals to C divided by 9. So we are in point C, therefore we will look and use the value that corresponds to point C for APC. So we have C, which is 70 divided by 70, and our answer for this one is 1. So therefore our APC for this is 1. For question number 10, the missing value is APS for point D. So APS is equals to S divided by Y. So we will look for the value of S, which is 85, and our value of S is 5 divided by 85. Sorry for that. So our S is 5 divided by 85. Okay, so let me correct you. So we have, I will use not the C. Okay, so I have a typographical error for this one. So instead of 80, we will use 85 because our formula is S divided by Y. So sorry for this one. So we will be using 5 divided by 85. And for that, we can get, let me compute for that. So 5 divided by 85. So our answer is 0.06. Okay. So I am wrong for this one. Please change it with 85. And 5 divided by 85 is 0.06. And that is rounded off. Let us have number 11. Okay, so the missing data is MPC. So we will be using the formula change in consumption divided by change in income. So that is point letter C, point C. So we have the change in C. Change in C is 10 divided by the change in Y, which is 15. And then we can come up to 0.67. Next, we have number 12, same missing data, which is MPC. we will look for the change in consumption divided by the change in income. So we have 10 divided 15. So we have 10 divided by 15, which is our income for point D. So we will get 0.67. For number 13, we have the missing MPS. And to get the MPS, change in savings divided by the change in income. So we have the change in savings. For this one, change in savings and the change in income. So 5 divided by 15 is equals to 0.33. So I hope that you learn from this computation for savings and consumption function. So thank you for watching, everyone. Have a nice day.